Good evening, Fernwood. It is your stay-at-home salutatorian Neil here, and it's time for us to get some anxious housewife action with another episode of Mary Hartman. Today we are watching episode 188 from December 22nd, 1976. It's the middle of the week. Let's take a look at yesterday, which started with Merle entering the mortuary, not sure why he was there. He spoke to the desk clerk, who really perked up when he realized that Merle was there to see Big Honey. He offers Merle a few choices of girls that he can sleep with, but Merle insists that he wants to be serviced by Big Honey. The clerk calls Big Honey on the phone, and then Merle gets permission to enter her office, and it is revealed that Big Honey is Mrs. DeLorean, who we've otherwise seen working at the Fernwood Library and the Bidewee Motel. Merle is surprised, of course, but then as he gets to know Mrs. DeLorean, or Big Honey, he starts to get more and more turned on, and impresses on her that she is the one that he wants to sleep with and not any of the other girls. And at that, Mrs. DeLorean sets aside resting room C. After the commercial break, Merle and Mrs. DeLorean have a quick put on their clothes section and head to leave, as they are greeted by the raid, which features Detective Johnson and Mary and Tom. At first, Merle denies that anything has happened or that he knows anything of what is going on, but Tom convinces him to come clean, and Merle instantly drops the dime on Mrs. DeLorean. Grandpa Larkin walks in, completely oblivious to any goings-on, and Harold Clemens shows up to get a report for the Fernwood Courier, for which Mrs. DeLorean makes a statement that Merle Jeters was the only customer that she personally serviced, and also that she would vote for Merle Jeters again. We end up at the Fernwood PD, and Clete Meisenheimer is there to interview Merle, who really plays everyone. He compliments the Fernwood Police Department, and HB is quite grateful for that. Merle suggests that he was there to break up the prostitution ring, though Tom asks why he was at the mortuary on his wedding night, and Merle's response is to create a commission and put Tom in charge of it, and Tom leaves thrilled with his new position as HB and Martha gaze longingly into each other's eyes. And that was yesterday's episode, everyone. We really focused on the Big Honey storyline, and we saw Merle really get some benefit out of it. Let's find out what we see today.
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman! Oh, HV, that was so manly of you. Busting all those prostitutes.
All in the line of duty.
HV, with all this talk about prostitution and the life, it got me thinking about my own life, and I don't want to wind up a lonely lady like big Mrs. DeLorean, honey, with no one to comfort me and no one to care.
I'll be here, Martha.
I wish we didn't have to wait 7 years just because I'm legally married to George.
Well, while that might be true, we, in fact, don't have to wait 7 years to,
Oh, well, we don't.
I know you're a highly moral woman, Martha, and I respect you for that. But I love you, and I wish we didn't have to wait.
We don't, HV.
We don't? We don't have to wait 7 years to,
No, HV, we don't.
You mean we can be lovers?
Well, isn't that the sophisticated way?
When, Martha, when?
Now, HV. Now.
Oh, well, I'm still on duty, but maybe we could find someplace.
I want to call my mother in Columbus. It's her birthday.
You're allowed one phone call right over there.
Then maybe we should wait until you're off duty. Then we can go home.
Martha, this is so sudden.
You mean you don't want to?
Oh, no, it isn't that.
You mean you've lost respect for me because I said yes?
Oh, no, Martha, of course not. I respect you as much as I respect my mother and my pledge to the Fernwood Police Department and the flag of the United States.
The line's busy. I can't get through.
Keep trying, or call the operator.
Then why don't we tonight? Now, I've never said this before, HB, but I'm tired of waiting. I want to live.
I don't know exactly how to say this. It's very embarrassing.
Well, not so much with the lights off.
Martha, there's something you have to know.
What?
I haven't been with a woman since I was 26 years old.
26 years old? Were you abstaining for some reason?
Well, yes. She was 24, and we were in the police academy together. She was the first woman I was ever with, and the last.
You mean you didn't like it?
My mother's not home. She's never home. I'm not this kind of girl, really. I just want you to know that I do this for my mother.
I know she'll be grateful.
Nobody cares.
Oh.
Sybil Kronstadt. Not 5 feet tall.
She was in the police academy.
Undercover training, much like yourself. I was 26 and weighed 274 pounds dry. And I loved her very much, Martha. When she said yes, it was the most beautiful thing that had ever happened to me. Her folks were away for the weekend, and I was a little nervous because I was 26, and most of my friends had already, well, you know what I mean?
Oh, HV.
So I drank a little wine, and I wasn't used to drinking. And we started to make love. I guess it was the wine that must have done it, because right after I passed out and fell off my elbows.
Oh.
274 pounds of me lying there for I don't know how long. When I woke up, I raised myself up on my arms and looked straight down at her. And she was suffocated. A clear case of involuntary womanslaughter.
Oh, HV. And you in the police academy.
They almost took away my shield for that. And I've been afraid of women ever since. That's the whole truth, Martha.
Oh, HV, you mean then that we can never be there again?
I would never want to hurt you.
Well, what if we could find a way to prop you up on your elbows, so you would stay up? Or we could stand.
Martha, I've been going to the police psychologist for years, and we've tried everything.
Oh. I'm very fond of you, HV. But maybe we're just not meant for one another. I guess I need someone strong like George. You know, I get too confused when I'm on my own.
Martha?
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Martha. I'll never forget you.
Pat, come in here, I need you. I can't see what the hell I'm doing with this damn tie. Pat, it is bad enough that I have to get on my knees and grovel for a job at a stinking auto plant. Won't you help me at all? Pat, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to get in here.
I'm here, Garth.
Pat, I have got a 9 o'clock meeting with the personnel director at a stinking auto factory, and if he likes me, I, Garth Gimple, have a chance to work in a plant. And that's only if he likes me. And don't just stand there staring daggers at me. Help me with this damn tie. It's one of those 3 for $25 screamers you bought me for Father's Day. I could not tie a knot in this thing if my life depended on it.
I paid $6.50 for that tie.
Well, big deal. What am I supposed to do? Kiss your butt for the rest of my life because you dropped $6.50 on a stinking tie?
It would be a lot better than what you did to me last night.
Hey, are you still rambling around about what happened last night?
Garth, please don't hit me.
Are you crazy, woman? What are you doing in Garth Jr.'s catcher's mask?
I don't want you to hit me in the face.
Take off his hat.
I have a dentist appointment, and he'll probably get very close to my face, and I don't want him to see the bruises.
Take off the catcher's mask! And while you're at it, what is going on under that house coat?
What house coat?
That one, sport. Take it off. Take it off! Oh, my God. What the hell? That's Garth Jr.'s catcher's equipment. What the hell kind of mother are you?
You were drunk, and you probably don't remember, but you hit me, and you hurt me.
That's a lie.
You don't remember because you were drunk.
Hey, what is going on here this morning? You're playing Let's Make a Deal while my whole life is falling apart. Sweetheart, your husband, a college graduate, a white-collar worker since you've known him, is on his way to talk to a personnel director at a factory. A factory, Patty! In hoping that I can land a blue-collar job.
Well, I am sorry that you are feeling so down on yourself, Garth, but a blue-collar job is not the end of the world.
Oh, my God. Why does the whole world have to be against me? I could do such great things. You know, not once in my entire life have I ever had one single piece of good luck.
When you met me, you said that was the luckiest night of your life.
I repeat, in my entire life, not one single piece of good luck.
If I had enough courage, I think I'll kill myself.
Oh, you. I am sick of all the self-pity you wallow in.
Don't hurt me!
I'm not gonna hurt you, kiddo. I'm just gonna take this silly outfit off of you. You really do look ridiculous. Boy, you're someone. You certainly are. I have got to go out there and face the world, a world that hates me so much that it has taken away everything I ever wanted. And this is the kind of send-off you give me. Boy, you really got a knack, Patty. You really know how to find me at my weakest point and just drive the stake right through my heart.
That's not what I'm trying to do, Garth.
I mean, don't I deserve a little something better than this sniveling, chicken-livered send-off that you're giving me?
Yes, you do.
Then why are you doing this to me? Why do you treat me this? Why are you driving me up the wall? I need a smile, a laugh, a good luck, kiddo, from my wife. Not just these soft-boiled eyes and a bucket full of tears.
I'm sorry, Garth.
You're sorry. Well, it's too damn late to be sorry. My God, how you must hate me.
Garth, I don't hate you. I love you.
Then why do you treat me like this? Why do you torture me so?
Don't.
Hey, how dare you run away from me, woman? I am your husband.
No!
Come back here, Patty. Will you stand still for a second? I'm trying to talk to you.
Garth, no!
Pat, I'm warning you. If you don't stand still, I'm going to get angry.
Garth, please, I beg of you. Oh, darling, no. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. No! No!
should be ashamed, Patty, because you care more about that damn Dennis than you do your own husband. You are ruining my life. Do you hear me? You are wrecking my life.
Don't hit me!
Damn it! Let me in there. Let me in there. Let me in. You're gonna make me miss this appointment. You're gonna make me lose the job, Pat. Pat, damn it, let me in. Oh, Patricia. Patricia, why do you treat your husband this way? You're not still writing that novel, are you? He caressed the soft, round peach of her breast, her apricot moon, and her delicate raisin-like nipple. Porno! And on top of everything else, I'm married to a porno queen!
Are you awake?
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to really thank you for ordering the 13 cubic foot freezer. I felt that I didn't get a chance to thank you properly before. So thanks. I mean, that'll be such a big help in that kitchen if we ever buy a whole cow.
Good, good.
You haven't bought a whole cow, have you, Tom?
Why should I buy a whole cow?
Well, it's just that you've bought so much lately, it just doesn't seem beyond the realm of possibility that you'd buy a whole cow.
No, I did not buy a whole cow.
Well, good. I'm glad. It's just that there's something a little upsetting about, seeing all those hamburgers and ribs and steaks in that freezer and knowing that if you put them all together, you have a whole cow. Tom, did you buy, anything else that you haven't mentioned? I mean, it's not that I really care. It's just that, it would be nice to know, what's going to be delivered, in case I have to have the door made bigger.
Mary, what are you trying to say?
I'm worried about all the spending.
Well, there's nothing to worry about. Everything is going to be fine, okay?
Tom, those Christmas gifts, that you gave everybody, were very nice, but I felt that they were overly expensive.
Look, I'm telling you, there's nothing to worry about. I can afford them.
How?
Mary, for God's sakes! Will you leave me alone, huh?
I'm sorry, Tom. I was just asking. That's all. I'm just a little concerned about all the spending. That's all.
All right, so you're concerned. All right. So how many times do you have to tell me? All
Okay,
right.
Tom, okay. I won't say anything more about it.
Look, everything I'm doing for you and Heather, not for me. I don't care about all this stuff. It's for my family, not me.
Did Heather ask you for a 13 cubic foot freezer?
Oh, come on, Mary. Come on. You know what I mean. I want a life for us. Is that so bad? I want a life.
But, Tom, we already have a life.
That's not enough. I want more. I don't want to just settle. I want a lot more. I don't want to just be a breadwinner for my family. I want to be a hero.
Sweetheart, all I want is for us to be happy.
Look, just because we have something for a change doesn't mean we can't be happy. You know what your trouble is? You don't think big enough. You're going to wind up just like your mother? Yeah, she can't even pay her own mortgage on her house.
Well, can we pay our mortgage on our house?
What?
Right now, is there enough money in the bank to make a payment?
Oh, boy,
try to be nice to people and you get slapped in the face. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, you don't want me to be anybody, do you, Mary? I mean, that's it in a nutshell, isn't it? Isn't that it?
Tom, I already think you're somebody. What are you talking about?
Boy, oh boy, you know what? I know you'd be happy if I just went back to the plant and went no place. I mean, that would make you happy, wouldn't it, Mary? Wouldn't that?
No, I really don't know. Look, if you're happy, then I'm happy.
Well, I'm telling you, all right. I'm happy. I'm a happy man. I mean, are you satisfied now? Will you quit bugging me? I'm telling you, I'm a very, very happy man. Now, come on. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Come on. I want to go to sleep now.
Can't come to the door. I'm cooking. Come on in.
Hi.
Hi.
I was looking for my mother.
Nobody's here but me. You want some toast?
No thanks.
So how's Fernwood High?
It's all right, I guess.
Candy Zimmerman's pregnant.
Who's Candy Zimmerman?
She's the one with the big bazooms and hardly any hair.
I know the one.
Yeah, she's so stupid. She doesn't even know about the pill. Take a seat. Just like my Aunt Kathy.
Yeah.
She's dumb. I mean, like, if I was going to participate in sex, at least I'd know what to do.
Don't you like to participate?
I'm not sure if I'd like to do it either as an observer or as a joiner.
I'm really interested as a joiner, but that's probably because I'm a little older than you are.
You know, everybody makes such a big deal about it. I bet you it's nothing.
I think it's probably pretty good.
Sounds like your hormones are acting up.
I think they are. How about yours?
Once in a while. But you know, women have better control over their hormones than men.
That's what I've heard.
Me too, but I'm not so sure if it's true. You know, I think somebody just made it up to make women come off better than men.
I think they probably are.
Better?
Yeah. Do you like to dance?
Sometimes. Yeah, mostly with my friend Trudy, though.
Would you like to go to a dance with me?
You mean a date?
Yeah. A dance at school.
I guess. Are you gonna try to make out with me?
Probably not. But maybe.
Okay. Hello? Who? What? No, she's out. With my grandmother. They went shopping. Who? Grandpa? Grandpa Larkin? My grandpa? Grandpa George Shumway? You don't sound like him. Are you sure? I love you, Grandpa. Why don't you come back? Where have you been? Everybody's been looking for you. You coming home when? Grandpa, I can't hear you. Talk louder. Grandpa? Grandpa!
Is that your grandpa?
Mm-hmm. He said he was my grandpa, but he didn't sound like him. You know, he said he was coming back, but I don't know when.
I'm just gonna sit here and feel my feelings, everyone. There was just a little bit of dumb in this episode. Wow, this was some gut punches. And it starts with Martha trying to get closer to HB and saying that she was ready to be with him. Strangely, in front of what appear to be some rounded up prostitutes, but maybe it's Ava and whoever the girls were from the mortuary. But Martha's ready. She doesn't need 7 years to wait for a missing husband to be declared legally dead. But then we find out HB's story, which is pretty ridiculous. Horrible, but ridiculous. His first and only time having sex, which was over 20 years ago, was a horrible tragedy. I don't really know how much wine he drank, but if he passed out on a woman who suffocated, and it's not like he did a crime, not like it certainly wasn't planned, but it has led him to be, if not sexually celibate in terms of the identity of celibacy, then it has kept him away from engaging with women in a sexual way. And there's a vibe that I read from him that reads really celibate in terms of this character, at least. But that is too much for Martha, and she breaks it off with him. And that was really sad for me, because I like their chemistry together. As silly as both characters are, and maybe it is because they're both so silly and so sweet to each other, that I'm sad that they are breaking it off. We hadn't seen on screen, and we still haven't seen on screen, but we know what's happening. We hadn't seen anything but talking about the events, but it is silly that Pat puts on the baseball gear. She's protecting herself, and I get that. Things are escalating. Garth is angry and awful to her. And then he chases her into the other room, and we hear the slapping, the punching, the hitting. And she says, "Not my face." And she locks herself in that room. She even threatens suicide. And honestly, the advice that her mother gave her weeks ago to leave him, I'm really feeling that. She needs to go. But she's not going to, is she? I don't expect it. This is not good. And also not good is Tom and Mary's relationship, because Tom is so status obsessed. I don't understand why someone would need a 13 cubic foot freezer in their home. It's too much. And Mary is asking legitimate questions, and Tom sees them as an attack. It hurts because they were doing so well. Except now Tom is just not able to communicate real things. It puts me in mind of his alcoholism from season 1, and he's still an alcoholic, but it comes off with this sort of addictive behavior, the spending. It just feels like some kind of addiction for Tom to be satisfying something. He is suggesting that he is doing it for other people to feel good, but I think it's really to make him feel good. And that's something that isn't addressed, but all I know is that Tom and Mary's relationship is splitting apart, and they end. I've often heard people say for married couples, the advice for married couples is don't go to bed angry, and this is what they do. I think Mary is scared more than angry, and Tom is angry, and it's not good for their relationship. Then we get a little bit of a breather for at least a chunk of a scene with Philip and Heather finally interacting. I had suggested maybe yesterday or the day before that I'd be curious to see what Heather and Philip's interaction would be like other than her blowing him off all the time. He asks her on a date, and she seems into it. They have a playful interaction as far as whether Philip would try to make out with her, and he says probably not, but maybe, and I like that. And then we get a phone call, as we often do in this show, And it's George, who doesn't sound like George, but is George. And he says he's coming home. Maybe it was just time for Martha and HB to break up. I mean, not that they were really, not that they formed feelings for each other, but they hadn't formed a commitment for each other. So she may still have the feelings, Martha, I mean. And HB certainly has those feelings. That stuff hasn't been resolved. It's just been clarified that they're not together. But if George is coming back, that could be some big news. So that was our Wednesday, our Mittwoch, our Miraculous. Thank you so much for watching with me, everyone. Thank you so much for leaving your comments and being here and doing what you do. We will see you tomorrow night in Fernwood.